author of Shalom Sistas, Living Wholeheartedly in a Brokenhearted World. Maybe you've seen my book, Shalom Sistas, show up on your Facebook or Instagram feed recently because a friend of yours purchased it. Maybe you already follow me, you listen to my podcast, or you read the blog, and you knew that this resource for everyday peacemakers was coming out in the world, and so you grabbed a copy. Maybe you're on Amazon and you were thinking like, hey, my life feels totally chaotic. I need some peace in my life. What's a good book about peacemaking? And you found it. Well, I just want to say to those of you that have already purchased your copy of Shalom Sistas, thank you so much. I am so honored to have you join me on this adventure of peacemaking, because our world needs us. Our world feels so chaotic. It feels so broken. It feels so full of heartache. And so many of us want to enter in. So many of us want to be a part of change. We want to be a voice of peace, but we don't know what that looks like. And so that's why I wrote Shalom Sistas. It's truly my love letter to every single one of you who wonder, what does it mean to live wholeheartedly, to be my whole self, and to bring wholeness where I see brokenness in my world? What does that mean for me? And where do I fit in? Because for so long, so many of us have felt like we don't fit in, that there are just two camps of peacemakers: those that are naturally quiet and kind and resist conflict, and then those of us who are actually boots on the ground doing the work of peacemaking. But there's this whole middle of us that we're wondering, where do we fit in? And that's what Shalom Sistas is all about. And so for those of you that have already purchased it, thank you so much. There's still an opportunity for you to purchase it to receive the goodies that I'm about to share with you in this video. Because as I have been hinting, I have been putting together this awesome collection of thank you gifts for those of you that have purchased the book before it launches on October 3rd, and for the week of October 3rd through the 10th. So Shalom Sistas is full of stories. Like I said, it's full of practical next steps for us to actually seek peace in our everyday lives. Like, what happens if we're in the carpool lane and somebody flips us off and then comes and cusses at us through the window with our babies in the back seat? That really happened to me. I write about it in the book. It's full of just practical things that we can do in our everyday lives to help us be our whole selves, because that's what the world needs from us right now. It needs us to be peacemakers. And so for us to be peacemakers, we have to be at peace first, right? And I also have curated a bunch of goodies to help you live wholeheartedly. So the first thing is that you will receive is a little spice kit. Because in the book, I talk about how we lived in New Orleans, and I picked up the habit of making red beans and rice every Monday because it's part of the culture. And I believe that Shalom, God's dream for the world as it should be, is part of the culture of the kingdom of God. And so we carry that wherever we go. So you have a little spice kit when you make your red beans and rice, and the recipe is in the book. I also talk about how everyday peacemaking is important. And so all the small acts of peacemaking that we do truly do change the world. It truly does affect somebody for the better. And so I talk about us reclaiming the art of the handwritten letter, and how I have a stash of cards. Like, literally, guys, I think people at Papyrus are going to shut me down. I have a stash of cards. So all of you will be receiving a handwritten card from me with something to the effect of, "Dear Sista, you are awesome. XOXO. I mean, I'm not going to use this one because, I can be a little bit more creative than that. I am a writer and all. The next thing I'm going to be giving you guys is not earbuds. Although I was thinking in bed last night, because I couldn't find my earbuds, that I lose these all the time. That if I had the choice between having a housekeeper at my beck and call or endless supply of earbuds, I think I'm going to go with the earbuds. But you're going to be receiving a link to a playlist that is a community playlist of all of the songs that the women on the Shalom Sista launch team have found that really helps them access joy, really gets them moving and dancing out their fears, really helps them resist despair, because we are practitioners of a subversive joy. And I talk a little bit more about that in the book. And the last thing you're going to be receiving is a link to download our Shalom Sista Manifesto, 12 things that help us live wholeheartedly in our everyday life. Things like, we are enough, and we will choose ordinary acts of peace, and we will be peacemakers and not peacekeepers. We will show up, say something, be still. and we will rest. So many manifesto points have touched so many women as they've been reading the book, and so you'll have an opportunity to have this, and you can print it out and put it someplace wherever will help you access it and remember that you are uniquely gifted to create flourishing and wholeness right where you are. It's all going to come in a nifty little envelope that's going to say something like to so-and-so with your address, because this is not going to fly in the post office. They're going to look at this and say, that's cute, not going anywhere. So it'll all come in a nifty little envelope. For those of you that want to receive physical gifts, if you prefer digital, that's options available too. Just click that in the form that's connected to this video and you'll receive digital versions of everything I mentioned here. I truly hope that when you read Shalom Sistas that you know that you belong, that there's a tribe of peacemakers who is excited and waiting for you. I hope that when you read Shalom Sistas, you feel that you're connected with somebody who truly understands where you're coming from and who truly knows that, it's not easy being a peacemaker. I truly hope that when you read Shalom Sistas that you laugh, that you have some aha moments, and that you feel empowered to create wholeness and flourishing, that you feel empowered to be a peacemaker. The world needs us. And I hope that Shalom Sistas is the book that helps you realize that and live it out right where you are. So thanks so much, and go ahead and grab your copy of Shalom Sistas. Bye, friends.